We are back in Miami. Happy Saturday! We are so energized to be with you today, and we have so many great conversations ahead of us today with some incredible guests who are bringing the heat. But
Yes.
first, I want to check in with my lovely co-host Stitches.
Hi,
Hello, my
Steve.
love.
Comment ça va? Comment allez-vous? How was your trip in Paris?
It was fantastic. I missed you. I missed the show, and I'm thrilled to be back with you right now this week. It looks
We're
like you've got a
so
different
glad to have you.
background right now. Where are you?
Okay, so thank you for noticing that. I'm not in our studio. I'm actually in LA with our Girls Make Beats. So we're gonna
Woo.
check out the Harvey Mason Media recording. So shout out to Harvey Mason from the Recording Academy. So I'm excited about that, but I'm more excited about hanging out with you, Suze and Tracy. We know couldn't be here this morning with us, but she'll be back next week, right?
Yes, back next week.
Suze, I think this is really important because you just released your book, actually. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you. Thank
And with everything that you put out, a product, you and those in business, entrepreneurs in general, when you're selling a product, you kind of have to put a price tag to it, right?
Oh, yes.
So my question is to you, with my studious glasses on, what is
You mean business, yeah.
my business class? There you go, my business savvy. I look, business savvy with them on. What is your pricing strategy?
I love talking about pricing because I think it's so hard for a lot of people. Where do you start? Almost everyone will tell you in the online world, at least, that you're undercharging at a
Right.
certain point. I think that undercharging certainly is real. So is overcharging too. You have to bring a lot of value to the people in your community that you serve. That I know for sure. But if there's one general rule when it comes to pricing, the way that I think about it is it has to feel right for you. You have to be able to show up, not resent the work that you're doing, feel fantastic about giving 100%, and just feel like you're getting a fair exchange for that, feeling like it's a fair exchange. And I have to say, I lean a little towards more accessible pricing. So I prefer to serve a lot of people at a price that more people can afford than just a few people at the higher end. What about you, Stitches?
I agree, because it's kind of like either what they used to call in our economics class was it the fast penny or the slow dollar, or the slow dollar or the
Yes.
fast penny. So it like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head. You have to go with what feels right to you, but you can't be very mindful if you're overcharging and not delivering.
Well, Stitches, we're diving into some incredible business conversations. And our first guest after the break is Shauna, the tax goddess. She's breaking down how you can save when it comes to taxes. So stay tuned. Happy Saturday. We are back on the CW, and our first guest is here to talk about something we love. Taxes. Something that we all have to deal with in our lives. And we have Shauna, the tax goddess, here to straighten us all out. Welcome, Shauna.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
Oh,
Hello, tax goddess. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much for asking.
So, first of all, your name is fabulous, by the way. But I really want to know, what is the one thing that you love about helping people with their taxes? What is it that you love about it?
Well, the exact answer is sticking it to the man. Does that count? I think that counts. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Big promoter, small businesses. We have a tough enough time out there keeping the money in your own pocket, right? If you do not legally have to give it to the IRS, why would you? So,
Shauna, a lot of people have a lot of problems with their taxes. We're scared of them. We're scared to ask questions. We're always worried about making a mistake. What are some of the biggest problems, the most common problems you see small business owners make when it comes to taxes?
Nice.
You know, I think the biggest one is not getting the type of help that you want with your taxes. So really, for me, this all comes down to something that we call the aggression scale. So if you're talking to your CPA, to your tax preparer, and even for yourself, you need to make this decision. So in a scale of 0 to 10, 0 meaning the IRS never calls you, never ever, but you're leaving money on the table. 10 meaning we're all going to jail. Where do you want to sit on that scale? Okay. Because if you personally are a level 8, for example, you want to take every legal write-off, but you're not going to jail, right? We're not dipping our toe into that arena.
No.
You better make sure that your CPA, that your financial advisor, that your bookkeeper are all a level 8 as well. Because if they're level 2 and you're a level 8, you are leaving money on the table and you don't even know it.
That's
Big
good.
mistake.
So I want to ask you, Tax Goddess, what would you say, your honest opinion, is a side hustle important for your finances? If so, why do you think so?
Yes, and 50 million times yes.
Tell us everything.
All the things in 3 minutes. Okay, as much as I can with the tax code in 3 minutes. So here's the deal. If you are a W-2 employee, okay, after January 1st of 2018, you are no longer allowed to write off any deductions. So here we are in COVID. You can't take a home office, even though you're working at home. That's it. It's no longer a deduction. So if you don't have a side hustle, or better yet, a full-time business, was your side hustle is now your full-time income, you get no deductions of any kind. So if you want to write off your dogs, if you want to write off your home office, if you want to write off that new 6,000-pound Tesla that you purchased, if you have a W-2, you're out of luck. Tough bananas.
I didn't know that, actually.
So a W-9 is what you need.
You got to get a 1099. Yes, ma'am.
1099.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Please give us your information. Somebody saying all that, how do I reach her? That's what somebody's saying.
Taxgoddess.com. Me and the team, we've got 62 around the globe. So we are ready to help anyone that needs help. This is definitely our passion. So
I'm following you right now, Shauna.
Me too, Shauna. And I'm checking your YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
We hope that you are enjoying all of this and talking nothing but taxes with the one and only Tax Goddess. We have more Boss Babes right here on the Connect Show South Florida on CW. So don't move a muscle. Just stay where you are because we're here for you. Don't move.
We are back, Miami, and our next guest is a health coach who healed herself, healed others, and is now helping other business owners heal themselves. We're so excited to have Kristin Thomas on the show today. Welcome, Kristin.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, Kristin. I'm loving this bob. We always got a compliment. When we see something we like, we always call it out.
Yes.
So, speaking of love, what would you say, Kristin, what do you love most about being a coach? If you can share with us, please.
Oh, just starting off with the hardest question. There's so many things. So I've been a coach for over 7 years. I first started my career as a health coach, and my favorite part of that was just seeing how simple but really strategic changes can just change somebody's life and how they're feeling. And now as a business coach for health coaches, kind of same thing. It's sometimes less is more. It's little tweaks with your messaging, little tweaks with your approach, your strategy can change the game. So it's just seeing how fast people can transform and the impact and kind of the domino effect on the end of that.
And over those years, scaling your business, getting to, 6 figures, what systems or, what did you have in place that really helped you scale to the level that you're at now?
Nice.
Yes. So first and foremost, huge shout out to my team. I literally could not do this without them. I used to be terrified of hiring and having team members, but it is literally the path to scaling because you literally hit a plateau with what you as a single person can do. Right. And so being able to hire a team strategically as you grow to help you to outsource and delegate is huge.
And Kristin, with everything going on, how would you say, or how can you share with our viewers watching, how is your school really responding to the ongoing pandemic? Can you share that with us?
Yeah, so we have just been exploding in growth over the last year and a half because interestingly enough, what the pandemic has actually done to the health and wellness scene is it's exploded it because,
Yeah.
think of what happened like last March and April, right? Like doctors' offices shut down, all like regular health services shut down, or you couldn't go in person, or it was massively delayed. And collectively, the world was just like so much more scared and uncertain about like what's happening to my health. Like, do I need to take it more seriously, right? So all the questions came about, and people were wondering, what do I do? And so health coaches kind of came in as like the heroes to the scene, essentially. Like we had so many of our students have their biggest revenue months ever in their business during like the height of the pandemic last year, and it's just continued ever since.
So looking back over the growth of your business, what advice would you give to others who are looking to shift into a space like yours and do similar work to you?
I love that question. So the biggest thing I would say is really following your heart and your passion, right? So it's like, I just come across so many students and clients of ours coming into the school who are operating in areas of their business or in their life that aren't their zone of genius, that don't actually light them up, right? Or they're coming from a full-time or part-time job that they were just doing just because they had to, right? Or that's just what they've always been doing. But it doesn't light you up. So it's like, what's your zone of genius? Like, what do you excel at? What are you passionate about? And turning that into a business is like more meaningful than anything. And so Health and Wellness Business School is actually the third company that I have founded, and every single one of them was based on following my heart and my passion.
So Kristin, please tell us, what do you have coming up and how can people reach you if they want to connect?
Yes, we have huge plans in place. So as I mentioned, like we've just been exploding in growth because so many coaches are looking for help. Because it turns out that like most health and wellness professionals, their expertise in health and wellness, but not in the business side. So that's where they come to us for. So, we've already helped hundreds of students to really learn how to grow their business, even to six figures, multi-six figures. And now our next sites are on massive expansion to help tens of thousands health coaches and alternative wellness professionals, with the ultimate vision and goal of reaching millions of people across the globe so that we can make a measurable impact.
Nice. Thank you so much, Kristin, for being with us. And the show, my friends, is just heating up. Next, we're sitting down with a personal friend of mine, Cameron Normand, a certified stepmom coach. She helps bonus moms all over the world transition into their new family with ease. So stay tuned.
Marketing for local businesses is critical, but it can be pretty confusing. At Vivial, we work with you to understand your business and individual marketing needs to tailor a custom designed solution so you can focus on what you do best, running your business.
Want to learn more about Vivial's digital marketing services? Find us online at vivial.net/Natalie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Princess Sarah Culberson, and I'm committed to empowering women to really take on their dreams. You can learn more about me at I Am Princess Sarah on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and you are watching Connect Network TV.
Happy Saturday! Each week on the CW, we chat with women in business and learn more about their personal journeys. And here to share more about her personal journey of being a stepmom or a bonus parent, let's welcome my friend, Cameron Normand, to the show. Welcome, Cameron!
Hi, Cameron!
So happy to be here.
What a treat having you with us. Thank you for being here with us today.
Cameron, any friend of Susie's is friend of ours. So she's family. So we're officially all family.
I love it.
Family. So, Cameron, speaking of family, what you do, I think, is truthfully so innovative. When I've heard about it, I'm like, this is actually really cool and really needed. So please tell us, what was the inspiration behind creating this business?
It is really needed. And it's something that I didn't know there was a need for until I became a stepmom. I'm a lawyer by background, so I am completely type A, like most lawyers. And, when I was engaged to be married, I was like, okay, so I'm going to be a stepmom. I better find the handbook. Where's the book that's going to teach me how to do this? Where's the website that's going to show me what to do? And despite the fact that there are like 1,000,001 parenting books and magazines and websites and all that stuff, there was really nothing for stepmoms. And so the long story short is I decided to create it.
Can you walk us through some of your early, challenges that you went through, or share what parenting can feel like to a step parent in the
Yeah,
first few years?
absolutely. It is really hard and really different. And I always tell the stepmoms that I coach, there's nothing you can come to me with that I haven't either heard or done, because I made all the mistakes in the book starting out, because there was no guidance out there. So, when Craig and I were engaged to be married, by the time the wedding day came around, I already had monogram Christmas stockings and Easter baskets, because I just knew that we were going to have this like Norman Rockwell happy instant family. And it's a lot more complicated than that, right? You've got kids who maybe didn't ask for you to come along, and maybe they like you, but they don't really know what you are going to be to them. Maybe there's an ex-spouse in the picture that complicates things or brings in conflict. I mean, there are just a lot of different complicating factors that I think a lot of stepmoms, I certainly didn't, don't realize when they're getting into it.
I want to throw this in there, this bonus question. Is there one no to do? Is there one thing that's like a don't do that?
Tell us
Well,
more.
As a bonus parent, yeah.
I will tell you one of my mistakes, and I think it is a little bit of a no-no.
Yeah.
Don't come in and try to like play the heavy or be a disciplinarian at the beginning. You've really got to establish a bond with the stepkids, which can take a lot of time. The average step family takes up to 7 years to fully form and be bonded. And in that meantime, your partner may want some help with the discipline, and you may be eager to do it because things, kids may not be acting the way you think they should act, or the structure may not be what you think it should be, but try to kind of take that down a notch, because the kids will resent it if you kind of come in as the heavy. You should have sort of a different relationship with them.
Awesome. And tell us where we can find you, like Susie said, please.
Yes. So I'm at thiscustomlife.com. I'm on social media, also at This Custom Life, and I co-founded a Stepmom Summit that is coming up August 26th to 28th, and you can find us there at thestepmomsummit.com. And I should mention that our lovely Susie is going to be speaking to our stepmoms, talking about how to stepmom with confidence.
She's ready.
Great.
Oh, ready.
Cameron, what a treat. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cameron. Thank you so much.
Cameron, this was such a lovely surprise seeing you today, Tree. I can just keep you on here forever.
So fun.
So stay tuned, South Florida. We will be right back with more Girl Bosses, so don't move.
We are back. Thank you for sticking with us. Our next guest is worth the wait. We have clinical psychologist Dr. Regine Muradianis with us. Welcome, Dr. Regine.
Hi, Doc.
Hi. Welcome. So happy to have you with us today.
Thank you so much for joining us, Doc. So you've been doing a lot of great work. So first and foremost, we want to thank you and salute you for all the programs and the books. We're going to talk more about the books that you have out, but let's really touch on the impact and the great work that you're doing with Team Project Rise. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what you do with it?
Yes, thank you. So first of all, so great to be here with both of you. Love you both.
Thank you. Thanks, Doc.
So Team Project Rise, it stands for Recognizing and Improving Support for Educators. And it's really a story that we just hope to inspire others, other moms, other just entrepreneurs to really turn whatever frustration you have into positive solutions. So pretty much the premise is since the pandemic started last year in March 2020, and I'm also a mom of 3, and I work with children and teens and families, I saw kids' mental health deteriorating. I saw sadness, I saw isolation, right? Having a really hard time in distance learning, just hard time learning, period. But I also noticed that teachers were feeling anxious and they did not know how to respond to students who were missing assignments, not attending classes, recognizing the important stressors. So as a parent first, I saw this as really important because I saw my own child struggling, but I also saw it as a clinician and I just couldn't stand by and not do anything. And so that's how Team Project Rise came to the creation. We're a team of us who came together to create this.
So, knowing that stress and anxiety, I think they're really a part of everyone's life to some degree, certainly some more than others. For anyone listening at home, no matter your level of stress or anxiety, what are some tips that you can share with us, stuff that we can start to apply immediately?
Yeah, so one of the most important things is just for parents to kind of be aware of, anxiety can come in multitude of forms, but I always say that I don't want us to kind of focus on all the negative signs of anxiety, but also looking at the positives, because anxiety gets us moving, right? It gets us motivated, it gets us up in the morning. But when you start seeing concerns such as they're biting their nails, stomach aches, crying a lot, refusing maybe now that school's starting to go to school, this is why we felt that this mental health training for teachers was so important, because teachers are going to be the main people seeing our kids. They're going to be with them 8 hours a day, so that they can recognize the early warning signs.
Can you talk about some of the books that you have out now and what inspires you to write?
Yes. So one of my last book I just wrote, so I wrote three books during this pandemic. My first one was Frankie and the Worry Bees, which was all about dealing with anxiety and really encouraging parents how to communicate with kids about worry, and really turning negative thoughts into positive solutions. My last one right now that I just is out on Amazon is called Francine and Her Special Talents. And this one was really inspired by my two daughters. And also many of the kids I work with who are in love with the arts. And it's all about empowering kids that they each have an inner gift and talent.
Thank you, Dr. Regine. So where do people go to find out more about you, to learn from you, to purchase your books, etc.? Tell us.
And your Project Rise. How they can be involved.
So for Team Project Rise, we're actually looking for ambassadors because we are planning on launching this. It's going to be a webinar for teachers. We're going to launch this all over the United States. That is our plan. So you can find a lot of information. Stay tuned at teamprojectrise.com. My personal website is reginemuradian.com, and you can also find me on Instagram at dr.reginemuradian.
Thank you so much, Scott, for all that you do.
Thank you for the work that you're doing. We'll be right back after the break.
Stop Checking Your Likes is the hottest must-read of the moment. This is not a book about social media. It's about shaking off that need for approval and living your incredible life. It's available everywhere books are sold.
Welcome back, and what another amazing show, another fantastic Saturday in the books. I can't imagine ending the show, however, any other way than with the amazing Teresa Knoll from Power Styling. Hello, Teresa.
How are you? So good to be back with you ladies in person. I have a surprise for all of our viewers.
We can't wait to hear about the surprise. Before you get to the surprise, shout out to Tracy. Suze, I got to mention this really quick. We did a shoot for Legacy Magazine, and if you guys ever need somebody on set, a stylist on set, like Teresa is the person to go to. She is on it. So shout out to you. And speaking of tips and speaking of being there and just being that go-to person, you have been our go-to person for fashion styling tips for the past few weeks. So let's kind of take a step back and revisit some of your top tips of fashion and style.
Absolutely. Yes, I am excited to do that. Throughout our time together, we've gone on vacation. I've talked about how hiring a stylist can help you elevate your mentality as well as saving money. We've cleaned up our closets, and now we are still unsure of a few things. So we're going to talk sustainability. So let me help with that. Okay.
And you have a challenge actually coming up. Is that Teresa? Is that right? Tell us more about your challenge.
Okay. Well, I've had so much. It's actually a competition, right? And so I had so much fun with Tracy last week that I want to do it again with one of our viewers.
Woo! Tell us more. Tell us more.
So let's talk sustainability, okay? Ladies, how many ways do we normally wear the things in our closet? Usually, you have one thing that you wear with the other thing and you match them together and then you don't really take them out of that box, right? And so let me help you build up your closet by shopping in your closet, okay? So what I need you ladies to do, or ladies or gentlemen, it's open to both, okay?
Yes.
Follow me on Instagram, tag 3 of your friends, and tell what that thing is that you want to get more usage from.
Let me ask you this. What's kind of one of the most common surprises that you've experienced when you go shopping in someone's closet? Is it they discover something old, or they pair something that they never thought of? Like, what's the most common experience?
I think the very best thing is kind of opening clients' eyes. Things that they have thought about, or like I said, just put with the one other thing. It's completely opening a Pandora's box to what the possibilities are in your closet. And ultimately, you want to be able to get the most because you just don't know if COVID has affected you, or you've had financial issues. You want to make sure you get the most out of the things that you have invested in.
We are so grateful for all of the guests on the show today. Make sure you're following us and following them on social media. And if you're enjoying all of this boss magic, catch all of the past episodes on our YouTube channel. You can binge watch them Netflix style at Natalie's Network.
And ladies, we cannot leave without our Stitches Music Pick of the Week. It is my pleasure to introduce this young lady straight from Home Team. Not only does she hope to inspire and change lives through her music, that's her mission, through her sound, but you mix the Renaissance vibes, early R&B, and neo soul. Ladies and gentlemen, you get the one and only Nahira Naima.